Hello, welcome back everyone. So we are about to discuss the remaining operation in a linked list. That is, we have already covered three operations, right? That is searching, traversal, then insertion, three cases. So all these things we covered already. So right now we are about to discuss the deletion of a node from a single linked list. So like our insertion operation, this deletion also has three cases. That is delete from beginning, delete from end, and delete from any location. So whenever we are discussing the deletion of a node or the insertion of a node, or if we perform any operation, all those things regards the data containing nodes only. That is, the engine compartment or the header compartment is just an indicator which shows this is the starting part of a single linked list. Okay. All the operations which we perform is always in the nodes which contain elements only. That is our passenger compartment. So from beginning, if we are deleting a node, that would be the first data containing node after the header node. And from end, that would be the last node. Then from any location, we would be specifying some key value. We would be specifying delete the node with element 20. So the system would be, or program would be demanding the user enter the key element to be deleted or enter the node value to be deleted, like that. Okay. So first we will consider the first case, that is delete from beginning. And like in our insertion operation, here also we will consider two diagrams for each of the cases, that is before deletion and after deletion. So in before deletion diagram, we will be showing which is the node to be deleted. We will be marking that node. Then after deletion, we will be showing the status of our linked list without that node. That is, after deleting that node, what is the status of our linked list. So before deletion, then one more thing, other than our insertion, in insertion we never checked whether the linked list is full or not, because such a case is not there in dynamic memory allocation. Memory full case is not there because this is dynamic memory allocation. We are allocating memory on demand. Why we were checking whether the array is full or not in static case? Because there we have allocated some fixed location. And each time when we are inserting an element, we need to check whether that allocated area has exceeded or not. Okay. But in linked list, when we are inserting a node, the memory is full. Such a case, if such a case occur, then that would be the exceeding of entire system memory. Okay. Such a case normally don't happen. But in some rare cases that happen, but we don't consider that case normally because this is dynamic memory allocation. Okay, but instead of that, here in deletion, we need to check whether the linked list is empty or not. That case, there is a chance for that case, because if we are not entering or if we are not entering any node into a single linked list, the status of that linked list would be null, or that would be empty. Or after adding 3 nodes, if we are deleting the remaining 3 nodes again, it can be empty. So that empty linked list case can be there. So in any deletion case, first we will check whether the linked list is empty or not. And what is an empty linked list? How would be an empty linked list? An empty linked list would contain only the header node with data part as null and link part also as null. Okay. So in order to understand or identify whether a linked list is null or not, what we need to check? We can check whether header dot next is equal to null or not. Okay. So this is the case for checking whether the linked list is empty. Okay. So this case would be there in all the 3 cases. So I am not explaining it again and again. Okay. And we will consider the algorithm part. Then we will write the code, but in the diagram part, it is not necessary, right? So before deletion, I am explaining the status of a linked list or the deletion of a node from a linked list which contain more than at least one element or more than one element. Okay. So we are considering a linked list with say 4 nodes. Here at least one node is our consideration. More than one node is not a problem, but at least one node should be there. Okay. 10, 20, 30. Again, I have come back to our previous example because I have again taken the elements in the correct order. Header. So, this diagram is now familiar to you, right? So, this is our linked list. And what are we going to do? We are going to delete a node from beginning, right? So, this is the node to be deleted. And other than our insertion procedure, here what we are supposed to do is after deleting this node, we are supposed to free up the memory, and we have a function for that, free of pointer. Okay, that is, as we are allocating memory dynamically, only when the memory is required, we will be allocating that memory in dynamic memory allocation. And like the same, whenever an allocated memory space is no longer required in the program, then we can delete that memory from our program and we can free up that memory. We can deallocate. We are performing the deallocation. Okay. And in order to perform that deallocation, the function used is free function. This is also a dynamic allocation and deallocation concept function. So free function is used to deallocate the allocated memory whenever it is no longer required in our program. Okay. And the syntax or structure of using this function is like this: free of pointer. Whatever is our pointer variable, say PTR, that we can specify within this. So free of PTR, that would be our representation. Okay. So we'll be using this in our algorithm. So right now, for your understanding, I explain this one. So this is the node to be deleted. So this is before deletion. And what are we supposed to do? What if this node is not there? That linked list should exist there, right? Without this node also, it should exist there. So for that, what rearrangement we should do in these pointers? We should connect the pointer part of the header node to the next node of this node, right? So for that, first what we can do, this node right now it is not having any name, then we can refer it as header.next. Okay. And what about this node? If this node is not having a name, and again our specific this node is also don't have a name, then we'll get confused and it is tough to handle that also. This is header.next node's next node. So it is somewhat tough to represent without a name. So for that, in order to solve that problem, what we'll do, we know how to assign a name PTR here, right? And if it has got name, then we can assign a name for the next node also. Say PTR1. And now the things are easy, right? That is, we are going to delete the node PTR, and what we need to do next, we need to reset the pointer of header dot next to which node? To PTR1. Clear? So it is very easy. So coming into the algorithm part, what we will be checking first, I mentioned we will be checking whether the linked list is empty or not. So I am checking if header dot next is equal to null. If it is equal to null, display what? Single linked list under flow. Okay. Then else part. In else, first we need to assign some pointer to header dot next. So PTR is equal to header dot next. Okay. Then what is the next thing to be done? If we want, we can assign a PTR1 to the next node, right? So PTR1 is equal to PTR dot next. Here we made another pointer PTR1 to PTR dot next. Now what we can do? Next is resetting the pointer, that is header dot next is equal to ptr1. Okay, now things are clear. So that's all. This is the first case. And without the name ptr1 also we can do this. That is, instead of these two lines we can write as ptr is equal to header dot next. So in this case we have name for the first node, that is our engine compartment, and the first node is having a name. And how can we refer this node? This is the second method. Okay. How can we refer this node without this name? We can write it as ptr dot next, right? So without using ptr1, then we can reduce one step also. Instead of using these two lines, what we can do is we can make header dot next to point to which location. If it is not having any name, then this is ptr dot next, right? So we can write a single line as header dot next is equal to ptr dot next. This is also fine. Okay, so either we can do this process by providing name for both these nodes, ptr and ptr1. It is easy to understand. Okay, and we can reduce the complexity by avoiding this ptr1. That is, we can avoid these two lines by replacing with a single line, that is header dot next is equal to ptr dot next. How it is implemented? We are making the next link of header into this node. What is this node? If this name is not there, this can be referred as ptr dot next. So we are making header dot next to point to ptr dot next. So we have written like the same, header dot next is equal to ptr dot next. Clear? So this is the first case, that is deleting a node from beginning. So I hope it's clear. So this part is also clear, right? So the first line is anyways required. Then either this part or next part can be used. Clear? So I'm rubbing it. And after deletion, that also we need to draw. After deletion. After deletion, how can we draw the diagram? First note, without this element 10, we should draw. Then this is 20 and this is 30. 20, 30. This is our header node. Okay, so this is the diagram after deletion. So this is our first case, that is delete from beginning. Okay, then next we will consider, next is delete from end. So we will draw a fresh diagram for the next case also. Modifying the existing diagram is somewhat tedious than drawing a new one. So from end, next case from end. So before. So here, in order to understand the concept, let's take 3 data containing node, 30, 20, 10, and this is our header node. So whatever name I am writing here, that doesn't matter, okay? That corresponds to header only. When we write, when we draw the diagram, I will write either H or head or header. You don't care, okay? But when we write the algorithm, we will always use header only in the class. But when you write, if you are using H here, you can use that H also in the algorithm. Fine? That doesn't matter. Then here, this is the node to be deleted. So what is the change we are expecting after deleting this node? If we are deleting this node, then the second last node should become the last node, right? So we should make this last node, second last node as the last node. And how it is possible? We know how to point PTR here. Sorry, in the previous case I forgot one line, free of PTR. So you add that line also into the insert beginning. Okay, I'll explain where to add. Then PTR, then okay. So we made PTR to point to this point, first node. Then what we can do, we know how to traverse it and reach the last node. Okay. So right now PTR has reached here. Then in order to make this node as the last node, we should have a name for this node also, right? And we know how to make another pointer to follow one pointer. That also we learned in which case, insert at any location. In insertion, insert at any location. For that what we did, we made a second pointer to follow the first pointer PTR. That is, we made PTR1 to follow the first pointer PTR. So the same process we'll do after moving PTR to next location. What we'll do, we'll make another pointer PTR1 to point to the previous location. So when PTR reaches here, PTR1 would be pointing the previous node. And so right now, PTR is here, PTR1 is here. And when we move PTR to next node, then first we'll assign PTR1 is equal to PTR, then PTR is equal to PTR dot next. So like this we are moving. This is the same loop concept which we used in insert at any location. Okay. So right now when PTR is reaching the last node, PTR1 would be there at the last second last node. Okay. So it is now it is very easy to perform the operation. That is, the only thing remaining is PTR1 dot next is equal to null. That is the only one operation remaining. Okay. So it is very easy to perform the operation. So this is the diagram before deletion, and we need to set this part also as null. Then after deletion, you can easily draw the diagram, right? 10, so only 20. Till 20 node is there, and we need to set the link part of 20 as null. And again, special cases always would be there, right? So on doing the code in our system, we can understand what are the special cases. That is, normally when we provide some set of example, we can see that some cases may not work. So for that we need to provide extra cases or extra condition. That is that always would be there. Okay. So moving on to the algorithm part of delete from end. First, always we need to check which condition, whether the single linked list underflow or not. That is, whether there exists at least one node in order to perform the deletion. Okay. So for that, I have already written the code. So if header dot next is equal to null, then single linked list underflow. Okay. Then else part. Else means more than one node is present anyways. So in that, what we need to do? First, we need to make a pointer PTR to the first node. Then we need to make it traverse till the end of the linked list, and by the time PTR reaches the last node, when another pointer would be following, we are making another pointer to follow this PTR, so that when PTR reaches the last node, PTR1 would be there in the second last node. Okay. So at the end, once we are out of the loop, the condition of pointers would be, the status of pointers would be like this. PTR would be pointing the last node and PTR1 would be pointing the second last node. Then, once we are out of the loop, what we need to do? We need to set the link part of PTR1 as null, then free of PTR. This is what we are going to do. So, in the else part, that is, deletion is possible. Then first we make PTR to point to this node, that is PTR is equal to header dot next. So, we wrote like that, PTR is equal to header dot next. Then, we are going to make PTR to traverse till the end, and we are going to make another pointer PTR1 to follow PTR. Okay. So, we are applying the condition while PTR dot next not equal to null. Then, if the condition returns a true value, what are we doing? We are making, first we are making PTR1 to point to PTR. Then, we are incrementing PTR to next position. So, this is the same concept which we used in our insert at any location. Okay. So PTR1 is equal to PTR first, then ptr is equal to ptr dot next. So you must use ptr1 is equal to ptr first. The order of representing these two lines must be like this. Okay, that is only after making ptr1 to point to ptr you are supposed to move ptr from there. Okay, otherwise the things will go ulta. So ptr1 is equal to ptr is equal to ptr dot next. Then once we are out of the loop, then the status would be like this. Then what are we supposed to do? We need to make ptr1 dot next is equal to null and free of ptr. Okay, so ptr1 dot next is equal to null and free of ptr. Okay, then this was the line, this was the code I left out in our first case. That is after deleting node from beginning. I forgot to mention this part. So you should enter this code and in delete from beginning also. Okay, so that is what I have written here as comment. Write this code in delete from beginning case. Okay, it was my mistake. So you include this line in that algorithm part also. Okay, so this is the deletion case from the end. These are the diagram before deletion and after deletion, and this is the pseudo code for deletion from end. Okay. So we consider the example. This is our example. So what are we going to do? Let's take our key value as 30. That is in deletion from any location. We should specify which node is to be deleted. Okay. So for example, let's take the key value is equal to 30. Okay, that is this node. So what are we supposed to do in order to delete that node? We should, so first let's mark this is the node to be deleted. Okay, and on deleting this node, after removing this node from the single linked list, how would be the status of this linked list, or what is the change we should make it? That is, we should make the link part of the previous node of this node. Let's name this node as ptr. ptr. So we know how to make a pointer ptr to point to the first node and to traverse till this node, that we know already, right? Because we have already considered insertion, traversal, searching, then deletion two cases. So we know how to make ptr to point to the first node and traverse till this node. Okay. So after deleting this node from this single linked list, what is the change we need to make? That is, the previous node of ptr should point to the next node of ptr. Right? So we know how to provide a name for the previous node. How to provide a name? That is, while traversing, make another pointer to follow our ptr. Right? So that's the method. And to give a name to the next node, that is very easy. We always do that by making ptr to point to this node. How do we do that? Ptr is equal to header dot next, right? So like the same, let's assign one name ptr1 to this node and ptr2 to the last node. ptr2 to the last node. So, but how this link can be set? ptr1 dot next is equal to ptr2. So by providing name to both the nodes, the operation will become very easy. Okay. So all these methods we know already. So let's move on to the algorithm part. So like in our deletion from beginning and deletion from end case, first we will be checking whether the linked list is empty or not. That is, whether at least one node is there in order to perform the deletion. Okay. So for that, what is the condition we need to check? Header dot next is equal to null. Whether it is equal to null, then single linked list is underflow. It is facing an underflow condition. Then else. Else means deletion is possible. So first we need to get the key value. Okay. So get the key value. Then next, what we need to do? So this is our header. This is how I'm redrawing this diagram. Okay. 10, 20. So let it be there right now. Then we'll complete it later. Okay. So first we are making a pointer ptr to point to this node. So how it is implemented? PTR is equal to header dot next. Okay. Then next we are about to perform the traversal to make this PTR to reach the node which contain element 30. And we need to consider two cases. Either it should reach the element 30 if that element is present, and if that element is not present, what we need to do? We need to stop our traversal by reaching the last node. Okay. So we are providing the two conditions like in our search statement, search while loop by ptr dot data not equal to key or ptr dot next not equal to null. So here we are using an or condition. If either of these condition returns a false value, then we should come out. Okay. Then ptr1 is equal to ptr and ptr is equal to ptr dot next. That is, we are making another pointer ptr1 to follow our ptr. So this is the same code which we used in our insert at any location and deletion from end. So for all these cases we use this loop. So you would have familiar with this loop, right? That's why I'm explaining in a fast way. Then after once we are out of the loop. So once we are out of the loop, we don't know breaking which of the condition we have come out. That is, whether we have come out of the loop by finding the key element or without finding the key element. That is, key element is present or not. That we don't know. So in order to confirm that, we are checking if ptr dot data is equal to key, then only we need to perform the resetting of links. Okay. Then if it is so, what we need to do already, ptr1 is here and ptr would be here. ptr is here. So if we want, we can give a name to the next node. Otherwise, without name also we can proceed. So right now I am specifying the method by giving a name in order to avoid your confusion. Okay. So first I am providing a name ptr2 is equal to ptr dot next. Okay, so I provided a name ptr2 equal to ptr dot next. So right now we have this is ptr1, this is ptr and this is ptr2. What we need to do? We need to make the pointer part of ptr1, that is ptr1 dot next is equal to which node? ptr2. So ptr1 dot next is equal to ptr2. Then what is the remaining part? We need to free up the PTR. So right now the link part of PTR1 is pointing to PTR2 and PTR is no more become a part of our existing linked list. So we can free up that memory. So after this part we can provide free of PTR. Free of PTR. Then close this if statement, then else what? Element not found. To display element not found. Then you close this while loop and this else part. Okay. So two closings are there. First one is of this while loop. The second closing is that of this else part. Okay. So be careful while putting those braces, or if you get confused, I will rewrite it up here. Don't get confused. Okay. So after performing the resetting of pointers, free of PTR, then its else part, that is element not found. Element not found. Then you close the while loop first. While. Then next you close the first else part. Else 1. So this is else 1. Okay. So this is the pseudocode for delete from any location, and after deletion. So that diagram is up to you. You can draw that diagram. How can you draw that diagram? Header 10, 20. Then by avoiding 30, you draw the diagram. After 20, the node with element 4 should come. No need of representing any of the pointer. Okay, so header 10, 20, 4. Only 3 nodes with elements. Okay, so I hope all the cases of insertion and deletion, then traversal and search, all these operations are clear to you. And if you have any doubt, please get back to me. So these are the concepts of a single linked list. So with that, our single linked list operation is complete. Okay, all the operations we have discussed. So I hope you have understood this concept. Okay then, thank you.